It's Bourbon Night. It is a hunt. It's a challenge series. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Chad.
2 Chads, 1 channel, couple chats. Another challenge here. The magic gumball machine of challenges is going to let us know what we are looking for on today's hunt. So, Mr. Watson, if you would, please.
I would, but before we do that, I just want everyone to know, he does not know how to get the money out of this. So money's literally going in and has been sitting there this whole time.
So please join Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can support 4 episodes.
That's a great way to look at it. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. This quarter is brought to you by Inner Circle members on Patreon and longtime friends of the channel, Brian and Tammy Brennicky. Thanks, Brennickies. All right, today we are looking for
the most unique bottle we've not owned before.
I don't remember writing that one. Okay. Our challenge today is a bit up for interpretation. We have to find the most interesting bottle from a distillery we've never owned a bottle from. That means we're going to be looking at a lot of craft whiskey brands today.
What defines unique? To me, unique is just, well, I mean, most unique not owned before. So, you know, a new label, like you said, new label, new craft, new release, just something that's not in my collection. It is unique to me because I don't have it.
Yeah, but it can't be from a distillery that we have other things from. So we're not looking at any of the big guys on this one. I kind of take it as, I like to picture my most unique as what we think might taste the best. Like spec-wise, you know, we kind of have to do what a customer does out there.
Yeah.
Look at the label, look at the proof, look at the price, kind of judge that things and be like, I feel like this might be worth my money. But that's not the last thing. We have to do the wheel of terms and conditions.
I don't like this.
Give her a spin, Chad. Let's see what additional challenge.
I don't know why this stresses me out so much, but it does. So
spin to win. Okay, we have only big box. Only big box stores.
Okay, so for Lexington, for big box, we have Kroger.
Yeah, Kroger Wine
Liquor
Spirits.
Barn.
Liquor Barn.
Total Wine.
Total Wine.
I mean, there is Costco, Trader Joe's, but I wouldn't classify Costco or Trader Joe's or even Walmart. There's only Walmart liquor store.
Yeah, that's true.
We could do something where we hit a whole chain of big box.
I like that idea.
So
we picked the chain, we picked the big box, and only stick with those.
Yeah, kind of leaning towards Liquor Barn.
I was just thinking, option-wise, Kroger or Liquor Barn would give us the most options.
The Wheel of Terms and Conditions has given us the added challenge of only shopping at big box stores. We thought it'd be fun to take it a step further and pick one chain and hit all locations in our town. We picked Liquor Barn, a Kentucky-based chain with 24 stores in 9 cities, and 6 of those locations being in our hometown of Lexington. The store started in 1984, was family-owned until 2009, and was most recently acquired by GoPuff in 2021.
All right, here we go. This is going to be an interesting one. Unique thing we haven't tried before. Like, I don't know. That's so up for interpretation, but I feel like we can't lose because...
Yeah, I mean, if we do lose, then either our expectations are too high or we own too much. And both of those...
Both very possible. Flip the phone?
Flip the phone.
We decided to make the original location of Richmond Road our first stop. Well, it's tequila night apparently, so we try a little and it's not bad. Kinda spicy. Gotta check out the glass of goodies. Probably not gonna find what we're looking for in this glass case though.
No.
Then on to the main aisle. This is the exact store where I used to find Elmer T. Lee on the second to bottom shelf back in the day. Inclusion brand is bottled here in town, and I believe that's ASL for Include Me or Included. The same brand also has a collab with J.D. Shelbourne, who's apparently a country singer. Blaze & Brooks is a 5 summers old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey at 100 proof, but the $90 price tag is kind of scaring us off. Barrel House is actually a Lexington distillery, but I believe we still don't own a bottle from them. Watson has had the 10-day bourbon before and says it's good. All I know is it was founded by 3 doctors and has apparently done pretty well in the spirits competitions. Fresh and Bespoken are 2 more Lexington brands, and this Burke Springs bourbon is a bottled and bond bourbon that was started in the 1800s, closed by Prohibition, and now the original family has brought it back, so that's nice. Boone's Bourbon, what's with all the bees? It's 117 proof and has the same 75-21-4 mash bill as the Blazing Brooks. But this one is from singer-songwriter Tyler Boone. Speaking of singers, Row 94 is from Dierks Bentley. It's a 70-21-9 mash bill and has the Green River DSP right on the front of the label, so there you go. Stone Street, distilled and bottled in Bardstown, Kentucky, with a mash bill of 70-21-9. So this is also 5-year-old Green River. Bear Fight is Kentucky bourbon finished in Reposado tequila barrels, and the one to the right is an American single malt. The company is backed by actor Gabriel Macht and Seth MacFarlane. Huh, who knew?
Distilled in Kentucky from rye grown on land once owned by Daniel Boone, aged in a tobacco barn. Distilled in Kentucky farmed and bottled by Regeneration Distillery in Winchester, Kentucky. Winchester has a distillery?
We found out it's a 2-year-old, and also the first time we've seen wheated rye whiskey on a label. A lot of contenders there in the original Liquor Barn.
The OG, yeah.
The OG.
Tons of stuff, brands we've not heard of or brands we've not seen. I bought beer.
You bought beer.
I could have bought cheaper beer, but I bought, barrel-aged beer.
Yeah,
barrel-aged beer.
That Country Light, $9.99 for a 6-pack.
But no, I'm talking bourbon barrel-aged beer. I love me some stouts, so I found 2 of my favorites, and yeah, that's what I bought.
The thing that I didn't love was none of those were like super affordable. They're all like at least 40 and above. And
well, $40, $50 I'm willing to eat a little bit of money on to try that, but some of those brands, like $80, like a 2-year-old bourbon, it's a hard pill to swallow. It's just a lot. So
yeah, especially when you're in the know and you know exactly where it's coming from and how you can get the same juice in a different bottle for half, if not even more.
Yeah,
like 3/4 of the cost. And I think that's a lot of people's argument towards why they don't like NDPs, but they kind of lump them all together, and it's not just a hard and fast rule. There's a lot of shades of gray between the black and the white. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time.
The Hamburg location was next, and looks like we're doing another tasting. This time, it's Bubba's Secret Stills Marshmallow Chocolate Whiskey and Pancake and Bacon Whiskey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Both of which taste exactly like what you'd expect from them. Okay, right after this product placement,
T-shirts available at whiskyambitions.com.
Let's see what we've got here. Larrikin Bourbon Company is the rebranded Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company, which you see sitting to its left. Gotta say, a 10-barrel blend of 10-year-old rye for $80 isn't bad. Brothers of the Leaf is a 75-21-4 mash bill designed through a toasting process to pair well with cigar. Burton James Bourbon is a baseball-inspired 106.5 proof 7-year minimum that also uses 8 and 9-year barrels from both Indiana and Tennessee. For $58, this could be a contender. Ooh, as is this Big House Straight Bourbon. It's a 6-year according to the tag, but not on the bottle. So since the age statement has left the label, they're obviously blending in some younger barrels, but for $22 and using whiskey from Barton 1792, it is intriguing. And excuse me if I say this wrong, but Muhlenberg is a 105 proof wheated bourbon that is distilled by the Bard Distillery in Graham, Kentucky. It's also aged at least 1 year, so this probably won't be our winner. Bluegrass Distillers is another Lexington, Kentucky-based distillery, and here's their 7-year-old blue corn wheated bourbon that they've distilled. Copper Sea is 100% malted rye at 96 proof and distilled in New York. Colpick Distillery Very Small Batch is a 100 proof wheater that is aged and bottled by Colpick, but the DSP number of 20047 means it was distilled by Lux Row, although Colpick advertises as having their own distillery and offers contract distilling, so I guess their own stuff hasn't aged long enough yet. Dr. Gonzo is a 4 to 6-year-old 103 proof wheater under the Fear and Loathing brand that pulls from Hunter S. Thompson's home state of Kentucky and his home of Colorado. Alright, unfortunately we can't give a history on all these bottles or this episode will be an hour long. Oh, but wait, we've got to look in the glass cases before we go. Looking for a 2006 OFC or a Weller Millennium? How about a Macallan No. 6 or double cask? Maybe a 48-year-old Scotch from the last drop. Yeah, me neither. But I do want to make my own 6-pack of beer. But I won't be getting this Double Barrel Goose Island for $56.
Surprisingly, some things that we didn't see at the other liquor barn, and we hope that continues throughout the day, obviously.
Yeah, there's some random brands which you would think they'd be carried across the store as a whole. But I mean, you know, I've worked in the retail side. It's not always a thing. Sometimes it's kind of market area exclusive.
Right.
Also a few different price points. Maybe some just adjustments not done, but yeah, I'm curious to see what's at the next stop.
Did see at first what I would call like value or lower price of like $22. I forget the brand already because we've seen like so many.
There's so
today.
many brands we didn't know about,
but that's a contender. I got hungry, so I bought a Take 5. You bought more bourbon, beer.
I did. I got some beer. There was also an OFC in there. So
Yeah.
that is not a contender.
Neither is the Weller Millennium.
No, neither one of those are a contender. I'm happy to see them on the shelf though, but
That's cool.
if they're on the shelf, and they're at retail, but no one's paying for them.
Right.
So.
All right, we want to take a little pause from the hunt so we can tell you about our home on the internet. It's whiskyambitions.com, and so we can get the t-shirt that I'm wearing, the t-shirt that you're wearing. Weren't you wearing a green shirt?
Nope.
This whole time?
Nope. It's
in the hunt?
always been this one.
Well, there's 2 colors available for that shirt anyway.
There is green and gray.
Yeah, the hat that I'm wearing, the Glencairns we're normally drinking from. In fact, all of our glassware, it's getting cold in some places, so make sure to get those hoodies, zip hoodies, sweatshirts, and more, and a new batch of bottle cut candles. All that is at whiskyambitions.com.
And for as little as $1 a month, you can join Patreon at patreon.com/bourbonnight, where you get discount codes and all the merch Chad just mentioned. You get opportunities to join us on barrel picks, get first tips on barrel picks. We pull from Patreon for messaging a bourbon bottle, so please submit that there because we like to use your suggestions and questions first. Another round with Chad Squared and so much more at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight.
There you go. You also get your names right here. See them if they're still scrolling. I don't know. I can never time it out right, but they're probably there. All right, let's get back to the hunt right after this. Before we continue, did you see a bottle in today's episode that we featured that you would really like for us to review? Let us know down in the comments. Time for our first Liquor Barn Express, which is over on the north side of Lexington. Here's another Barrel House product, Licking River Rye, which I couldn't find any info about on their site, but here it is for $79.99. Here's a distiller from my old stomping grounds, Hartfield & Co., with Old Bourbon County, a 110 proof wheated bourbon aged for 4 years. We've been wanting to try this one for a while, so this just became a contender. If you don't know, Kentucky basketball is huge here, so it makes sense that you'll see brands like Club Blue, made by Bespoken Spirits, that lean into the craze with the University of Kentucky colors. They were giving out samples at this location, and my 2-word review is, it's fine. Pawpaw.
Yes, son.
The Kentucky Banana. It's an L8. Haven't had it before. They were selling them individually, so.
Water. I've had it before. Banana-y, like.
Yeah. I think there's a contender on the list, and it's that
Hartfield & Co.
Hartfield & Co. bottled. Well, it's not bottled and bond.
No,
it was like
it's their
118
cash.
proof.
It was 110. Cash strength
110.
single barrel wheated bourbon.
There you go.
Yeah.
He knows. Interesting side note. Behind the register, they did have Blanton's and E.H. Taylor's small batch.
What were the price on those, Perkins?
You're asking me, huh?
85 for Blanton's.
85 for Blanton's. Not
And
awful because we see them some places for $100. And it was 50.
no, 59.99.
It was 60. It was $59.99.
$59.99
for the E.H. Taylor small batch.
63 and change after tax. So
And that ain't happening.
no.
Whoa, we almost just saw an
Almost
accident.
saw a wreck.
Whoa.
That guy.
Oh, and he's pulling in here.
Almost hit another car.
It's this guy. You see him? Yep, there he goes.
yeah, there he
It's that guy. He almost ran into
An RV.
an RV. There's an RV.
But there are 3 more?
I think 3 more. We
3
got
more.
2 more expresses and 1 more big guy.
Yeah.
So on we go.
On the edge of town is another express.
They look pretty busy.
At first you may think this speakeasy brand looks pretty new, but it's no coincidence that it's surrounded by Willet bottles, as this is a new expression from the distiller. Silk Velvet is a 6-year-old single barrel 75-21-4 Kentucky bourbon from Jacob Call, now helming the Western Kentucky Distilling Company. Beardstown Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey with no age statement, so at least 4 years old, is 90 proof and apparently owned by the Sazerac Corp. John Drew Rye is a 90 proof Canadian rye that spends 4 years up north, then another 3 years in Florida, which is a sentence I never thought I'd have to say.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, especially that we haven't seen, which is kind of out nowhere for Lexington.
It's on the way to Versailles.
Yeah, not a huge selection, but it's got everything you need though. I mean, it's an express. That's kind of the whole point. Get in, get out. So
Right. They did have. I don't think I filmed it, but they had a baby Blanton's, a 375, and didn't have a price. So as we're leaving, I said I'm going to check on the price. You were guessing. You said 48.
Yep.
It was $49.99 plus tax, so it was like $53 for it, $375. When the full big one was 80. What was it? 85?
85.
Yeah. So that's a big no. All right, 2 more to go. Back to one of the big boy stores. This one is located in Beaumont Center, and honestly, it's one of the nicest locations in town. Before we get to the challenge at hand, we see this 130 proof cast strength Jefferson's Reserve. This is my first time seeing it for sale, so we're going to be grabbing this one for a future review. In that same area was New Louisville Whiskey Company, an 8-year, 131.8 proof bourbon. So as far as brands go, there's an Old Louisville Whiskey Company, a New Louisville Whiskey Company, and a brand called New Lou, which is short for New Louisville. But in case you're wondering, New Louisville and New Lou are owned by the same company. Anyway, here's Three Floyds, the beer brand, breaking into the whiskey world with a couple of malt whiskeys and a bourbon. We saw this Tommy Rotter earlier in the day, but didn't give any information on it. It's a 95 proof combination of 3 different mash bills of straight bourbon whiskey from Indiana, making it a 4-grain, and then it's finished in Cabernet French oak barrels for 3 months. Trackside bourbon whiskey is made from a chocolate malted 4-grain mash bill. It's a 93 proof 4-year.
Richmond, Virginia. 1.5 years.
Before we head out, let's check on their Four Roses single barrels. Oh, here's an 11-year, 2-month OBSQ. All right, that's coming with us.
Oh, Beaumont.
Beaumont, yeah, great store. Picked up a couple things. Not anything for this episode.
Nope.
One more store. It's actually one that I'm glad that the route came out to where we're saving it for the last, because I've always had good luck. It's a Chevy Chase location. Always had great luck there. You were saying that you have 2.
Yep, that's where I got my last Will of 12 at.
Oh, nice.
6 years ago.
So hopefully it's going to have the winner for us. Is it better, or we're going back to one of the stores we've already been to get something?
Our 6th and final liquor barn of the day is another express in the Chevy Chase area of town. Could there possibly be anything left that we haven't seen at any other stores? Apparently so, because here's Whisky Rye Whiskey. It's a single barrel, double oaked, 120 proof, 4-year-old Indiana rye from Glens Creek Distilling in Frankfort, Kentucky. We own some tin cup, so this doesn't count, but we haven't seen this 14-year anywhere else today. $72 isn't bad for the specs here, although it's just 84 proof. And lastly, man, I don't know, it's a golf club and a basketball. This is new since I've been to this location. They now have a tasting bar, which is really nice. But why is King of Kentucky 16 years $60 a pour? Okay, time to make a decision, and the winner is the Old Bourbon County Weeded Bourbon from Hartfield & Company.
That concludes hitting every liquor barn in the city today.
We ended up going with that Old Bourbon County. It's one that falls into the category, right? Haven't owned a bottle of it before.
Right.
It's one that I've seen.
New to us?
Yeah. Newer to us. Yeah, I've seen it before, and I've been wanting to try it. Hartfield & Co. distillery from my hometown. So there's that. So yeah, anxious to try it. Let's go back to home base and try it out. Okay, here's the haul. Not a big haul. Definitely been bigger, but that's not always the point of these hunts. It's to gather information, find the best thing. We did come home with 3 bottles.
Yeah.
The 130 proof cast strength Jefferson's, which I'm looking forward to trying that. Four Roses, this is it's an 11-year 2-month OBSQ for a Four Roses project that is still cooking in the old brain box.
You know what? Before we talk about the, the unique bottle, Chad.
Yeah.
We've seen Four Roses barrel picks at pretty much every liquor barn in town.
It's true. Pretty much
every store had a pick or a version of the same pick, but Four Roses is sitting on the shelf.
I know.
For $106.
Well, I was just thinking, where was this when we had the challenge of getting a Four Roses single barrel? I think that was one of our challenges. It was a lot harder. Of course, it wasn't in Lexington. We were in another city, but still.
We've seen tons of good whiskey today.
Yeah,
tons of good whiskey. I mean,
tons
OFC,
of new whiskey.
New whiskey, brands we've never heard of, brands we thought we'd never heard of.
And I liked how it wasn't just the same old everything repeating at each liquor barn, which was kind of a concern. But it's like no, we've only seen this one here, and we didn't see the last one. So. That was cool. We did see this at a few locations, and I'm glad it was at the last location.
So we didn't have to double back and go across town.
Yeah, once we saw this, I was kind of like, I think that might be our winner, and it did end up being. So, as I think I already said in the car, maybe Hartfield & Company, Bourbon County, Kentucky, Paris, Kentucky, where I grew up. But this is Old Bourbon County, which is really cool. 110 proof, no age statement.
No, and I think I called it cask strength in the car, and then you brought up that you don't know if it's cask strength, but
It's 110 proof.
I was at a tasting one time where they were there, and I'm pretty sure they said, ooh, this is their wheated bourbon. So for those of you who don't know about Hartfield & Co., they were doing things the old-fashioned way. They were using smaller barrels and different techniques. This product came out, I think they introduced it at KBF in 2023.
I think you're right.
Where that was the first time they... Yeah, let's just walk right across where I'm speaking. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, just go do it again.
Yeah, I don't care.
They introduced it in 2023, but I don't think it hit market until 2024. But it still is something that's like kind of sparse. Hadn't seen a lot, but they've now moved into 53-gallon barrels. They're doing it the modern way, not modern way, but more traditional way. So they're hoping to reach more audiences.
Did want to call out the Gentleman. Now this is white whiskey. The Gentleman, though, that's these guys. Their original name, Hartfield & Co. They got a cease and desist from Jack Daniels because of Gentleman Jack.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
so this is a little piece of history right here. The Gentleman.
Batch number 4.
Batch number 4, yeah. So this is from back in the day. I got this actually at Liquor Barn. I remember it was Richmond Road, the OG location. Yep. I saw it behind the counter, and I was like, because they'd already had to change the name for a while, and I was like, whoa,
need that.
Give me that. Yeah. All right.
Sweet corn and I don't want to say
like fruity.
Fruity, yeah. It's caramelly butter popcorn, caramel corn.
Butter popcorn, I like that. Yeah.
It's just like a nice little medley of like fruit punch. It's not like any one distinguishable, fruit or berry or anything. It's kind of like an amalgamation of.
Yeah. All right. Well, to your health. To the hunt. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice 110.
Yeah. Drinks proof. A lot of citrus.
It is
a lot of citrus. Yeah. I like that though. I really, it's kind of orange 80.
Say again?
Like orange aid. Like
not 80, 80.
No.
AIDY 80.
Or like Gatorade's ADE, so just ADE.
ADE Y. Okay, gotcha. Spelling. Welcome back to Spelling Night.
Yes. Or Tang. I guess I should say Tang.
Tang. Yeah, astronauts to drink
so much orange, so much citrus, which I like. I like that a lot.
This could go well in a old fashioned.
That would be great in old fashioned.
Yeah.
The nose is growing a little more oak. There's a sweetness.
There's a lemon in there too.
Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah, me too.
I like it.
I think we chose well. There was obviously, so many different ways we could have gone.
Yeah, part of this is you have to also take into value. So there's a lot of stuff we looked at that would be like aged 1 year, aged 1 month.
$80.
Yeah. Aged 2 years, $120. Yeah. And while those are fun and unique with cool labels, and somehow some of these were like as black as this table right here, which I'm not sure how they were able to achieve that kind of color in such a short amount of time, but you just have to also kind of balance the value.
Around $50. So yeah, we didn't go with like, something just over 20, which we did see a few of those. Most of them, as you said, were 50 above.
Yep.
For, and we always say don't judge a whiskey on its label. Those are just clues to kind of help you, but it's not a hard and fast rule. But I do feel like, yeah, we chose well, and
I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's very citrus. It's
very citrus.
Got a lot of
orange marmalade.
Yeah,
tang.
I definitely want to try this in an old fashioned. I think it would do well. All right, well there we go. Hey, another success. That's where you better leave it. If you haven't subscribed us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There are suggestions of other videos. They're down here, and we hope to see you over there in one of those. And until next time, hunt more bourbon.
I forgot what to say.